Hi guys, welcome to my June favourites video. I'm just going to jump straight on into it with a foundation. Because I've been tanning / fake tanning this month over summer, I needed a foundation that was darker than what I'd usually use, and this was the only one I had in my collection that was darker than my natural skin colour, and for that reason I picked it up, but then I started using it and then I realised actually this is a banging foundation. This is by B, it's their Flawless Silk foundation. So B are Superdrug's own brand makeup range if you haven't heard of them before, and this is probably because they've got two different foundation options, one which is a matte foundation and one which is this one, the silk foundation. And I like both, but I think I like this one better because it's like a semi-matte finish, but it's a very natural matte finish. I just want to show you how good the coverage is. So I've got those swatches on my hand, right? And it says it's a light to medium coverage, but I would say that's a full coverage foundation. Or medium to full. I think it covers really, really well. But yes, the finish of this is a little bit more natural than the matte foundation they do, and I really love it. I think it wears really well. It feels like a high-end foundation. I like that it's got a pump. I think this is really good for travel. It's nice and lightweight. You know, it's robust enough, but it's not in a glass bottle, so it won't smash in your luggage if you are travelling. I read some reviews a while ago on the Superdrug website, and some people say that their pump is a bit dodgy, but what I found is if your pump ever gets like air in it and it's not pumping out any product, just squeeze the bottle and then pump at the same time and then it will come out. So yeah, that's the only fault about this product. Some people have said that their pump's a bit rubbish, but I personally have not had that problem. I think this is my favourite vegan foundation at the drugstore. That's saying quite a lot, and it's really good coverage. So yes, I would highly recommend this. It's £10, so you know, reasonably affordable. Maybe give it a swatch if you're in Superdrug, see if it's your kind of thing, and if you're after a foundation I would recommend this one because I think it's really good. Some skincare products that I've really been liking. These are both toner kind of products. They're not specifically toners. This one is by EcoTan. It's their face tan water. I've never used a tanning water before. I've used a gradual tanner on my face to try and build up a tan, but this one it's really, really thin. It's really lightweight. Obviously it's water consistency, and water consistency, what a weird phrase. But yeah, it does have a stopper on it as well, but I took that off. And what I have been doing with this is putting it into a spray bottle and just spraying it all over my face and using it kind of as an essence more than a toner. So I'll put it on my face and then just pat it in until my face is dry, and it builds up a really nice. It's a very subtle tan, don't get me wrong, because tanning products work best on drier skin, so more kind of rough skin, and I exfoliate my face quite a lot and I use chemical exfoliants and things like that, so it doesn't absorb amazingly well. It's not going to give you like a glow overnight, but I don't really want that. I want something that's a bit more natural in terms of ingredients and in terms of the look that it gives me. But the first ingredient is aloe vera juice, and the third ingredient is glycerin, so it's also got kind of skincare ingredients in it as well. And then the other liquidy kind of product that I've been using in the morning time, I mostly use this in the morning, is this, and this is by OSEA, who are an American brand. They're based in Malibu, California, and this is their C vitamin boost with a twist. Scotch on the rocks with a twist. I've heard so many people talk about this. Firstly, I love the packaging, I love it. I'm going to reuse this bottle time and time again. The pump I've kind of messed up for a reason I'll tell you in a moment, but the ingredients are so nice. It has a very natural smell. What I love about this is that it doesn't have any perfume in. A skincare product that doesn't have any perfume in, thank the Lord. I don't know what it is, I don't know why brands put perfume or fragrance in their products, but this just does have a slight scent to it, but it's very natural. It's nothing too strong, it's nothing too offensive. I haven't noticed any visible improvement in my skin when I use this, but I just like how it feels on my skin, and I like that it's non-irritating. It's really refreshing in the morning, especially in summertime, so I've really been liking using this. Something that I don't like about it is the spritz. So like I say, I've kind of messed it up. Observe. You see that? Now that may not look crazy powerful to the naked eye, but when you're spraying it on your face, it literally feels like a water pistol is hitting you in the face. It's really quite an offensive spray, but that's my fault, because I thought, in my infinite wisdom, I thought, well, why do I need two steps in the morning? Why do I need to tone and apply serum? Why can't I just combine the two? So I put some of the OSEA hyaluronic acid serum into this spray, thinking that I could make a hybrid serum spray and toner and refreshing mist all in one. It's obviously too thick to go through the mechanism on the spray now, so I kind of shot myself in the foot in some kind of a way. So that I wouldn't recommend doing that. Like I say, I like to think of myself as a little alchemist, making all these potions and mixing all these products together. Doesn't always pay off. Still really like the product, and it's really hydrating because of the serum. The serum is, I can't find my serum anywhere, but it's kind of like, I don't need it anymore because I've got it in here, but it's like a slimy serum. It's really nice, and I like it. I like it mixed in here, so maybe a new product idea for you, OSEA? I don't know. But yeah, this brand is really nice. It's a family run business and it was founded by a female, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, really love this brand and I've been enjoying these two products a lot. Talking of tanning, also been using this. This is by Tropic and this is their Summer Goddess Shimmering Body Oil. So you know Fenty Beauty, nearly dropped that, Fenty Beauty came out with those body lavas. And people, I don't know if you know this, but Rihanna has a beauty line called Fenty Beauty, if you don't know. And she came out with body lavas after her main launch. Actually, I think she did 2 launches. Then she came out with a powder puff, which was glittery, and body lavas, which are kind of like glittery, gooey lotions. But people were saying they were quite sticky, and also they're not a natural formula. So if you're after something similar to that, I would recommend this, because that's basically what it is, but it's natural and it smells amazing. This is the last year's edition, but they made it a permanent product because it was so popular. It's a really lovely oil, doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel heavy and oily, but it does feel hydrating. And it's also got jojoba oils in, so I really like this product. I think it looks good on the legs, on the arms, on the décolletage. And if you look up close, you can see that you've got shimmers on your skin, but if you look from, you know, like this far away, it just looks like a nice sheen. So that's that one. Don't think it's a necessity, but I just think it's been really, really quite a pleasure to use. Really, really quite a pleasure. English. Speaking of Tropic, I also wanted to give their skin shade set a mention. This is their Mineral Sun Protection SPF 50, SPF 30, and this is their Sun Balm SPF 50 as well. They're all water resistant and they are all broad spectrum SPFs. SPF means sun protection factor. I said SPF to someone the other day and they said, what is that? What is a spiff? Spiff. But yeah, that's what that means. And I would recommend these if you're after a more natural sun cream. You either have mineral sunscreen, which is the physical barrier to the sun, or you have chemical sunscreen. I think I just said sunscreen. It's all getting very confusing. But yes, I tend to go for more mineral sun cream. I've spoken about it before, I'm not going to go into it now, but if you too want to go into mineral sunscreen, you want to look for something that's got titanium dioxide and zinc oxide in. Mugu do one that has just zinc oxide in, and so do Green People, but you want to get both of them to get the broad spectrum protection. That's just my personal preference. You do whatever you want to do. Superdrug do an own brand range called Soleil, but that I think is chemical SPF. Do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's a little bit more expensive, like £15 for a sun cream is more expensive, let's be real. But it's not off the charts. And I would recommend it. I think it's good. It does leave a white cast, a slight white cast, but it looks fine under makeup for me personally. I don't have a problem with oils anyway, like an oily skin or too much of an oily T-zone. And I think these look lovely under makeup. I use them on my face, I use them on my body, and my skin doesn't react to them, and they protect me really well. I've been using them for the past month or so. So yeah, I wanted to give these a mention because I have been getting so many questions. And it's such a shame that there's not more information out there and that there aren't more accessible options for mineral sun cream, but I'm hoping that's going to become a thing in the future. I would just recommend to maybe have a look at the ingredients list on sun creams and maybe look into chemical versus physical SPFs if you are interested in that. I think it's important to protect yourself from the sun. So that is pretty much everything. Oh no, I wanted to talk about this lip balm. Also an SPF product, or to be fair, it's a lip balm, but it has got SPF 15 in it. This is the HURRAW Sun Lip Balm, and I got this in a Pip box, which I've got an unboxing of if you're interested. I'm not going to put some on now because I've got a liquid lipstick on. This is a lovely lip balm, and I wasn't expecting to like it because I didn't like the previous HURRAW lip balms that I tried, but I really like this. It lasts a long time on the lips, it nourishes the lips really nicely, and obviously it's got sun protection in, so I really like that about it. I don't know if it is SPF 15, like this foundation says it's SPF 15 as well, but I watched this Wayne Goss video where he spoke about how with foundations in particular, it's a marketing con. When they put SPF, when they put that a foundation has SPF in it, the amount of foundation you'd have to put on to get that level of sun protection is insane. Like he showed in his video how much you'd have to put on, and he was literally caking it on. It's very interesting. I'll link that video down below if you are interested, but yeah, I don't know if it is SPF 15. I just reapply it every now and then and hoping it's protecting me from the sun. I mean, it could all be a lie, who knows, who knows. Some super quick food favourites. I've been making, because it's hot, I've been making a lot of salads. Trying to be healthy, but also because you know when it's hot you don't want huge stodgy meals, you just want something nice and fresh. I've been loving using tahini to make salad dressings. If you are vegan, I would definitely recommend picking up a pot of tahini. This is roasted and blended sesame seeds, that's what tahini is, and it looks like this. This pot is a little bit janky, but you can make so many nice creamy dressings with this. So I just kind of make them up as I go along, but I've made a Caesar dressing with this. I've made a kind of like a ranch dressing, and if you don't want to use a mayo substitute, I would recommend picking one of these up, because you can always just put a bit of mayo in with some like cider vinegar, salt, pepper, a bit of lemon. You know, you can just, you know how to make salad dressings, it's not rocket science, but you know what I mean, you can use mayo, but I think this is a nice kind of more natural option. I like adding a little bit of sweetness to it, because obviously vinegar and lemon are quite sour tastes. I've been liking using this Coconut Merchant Organic Coconut Nectar honey alternative, because I'm not 100% sold on agave nectar. I think it's a very subtle taste. This is a little bit more of a thicker syrup. Maybe I need to try a dark agave nectar or agave nectar. I don't know, I just prefer this. I've been really liking using it in salad dressings, so I thought I would just give these two a quick random mention. And that is everything in terms of physical stuff, but I wanted to mention a couple of things on YouTube. First is a series called Middle Ground, which you may have seen. I think they're circulating quite a lot at the moment. They're nothing to do with beauty, by the way, but I think you might find them interesting anyway. Basically, the idea of Middle Ground is they get two sets of people who have opposing views, or kind of from two different groups. So for example, they did one that was with feminists and non-feminists, and one with Black Lives Matter groups, and one with law enforcement. So they don't necessarily have completely opposite views, but they might just be sort of conflicting or pitted against each other. Another one was millennials and baby boomers. I think they also did one with vegans and meat eaters, which I haven't watched yet, but basically what they do is they have 6 people in a room, 3 from each side, and then they'll read out a statement, and then everyone who agrees with that statement goes to the middle of the room, has a chat, and then everybody comes together and talks again about their opinions. In the one about feminists, one of the statements was, for example, male privilege is real, and then everyone who agrees with that comes to the middle and has a chat. And it's just so interesting hearing different people's opinions, and a lot of them are very respectful. You know, it's not like people arguing and shouting over each other. It's just interesting to hear how different people think, and I think it's a really good series. I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in that kind of thing. And the other channel I wanted to mention is a fashion account. So she's called Justine. She's French, I don't know how to pronounce her surname, but she's a French fashion designer, and she does videos on fashion, but it's not just kind of like lookbooks and things like that. It's about the craft of fashion, and she does videos on fashion history or the behind the scenes of her own label, because she is a fashion designer. The videos that led me on to watching her were, one was about the Met Gala. She went through the outfits and talked about the cut of the dresses, which dresses were on theme, what paintings they drew their inspiration from, and the other one I really liked from her was her royal wedding dress video. So it was about why Meghan Markle's dress. If you don't know who Meghan Markle is, she's an actress. She recently married Prince Harry. You probably know, it was quite a big deal. Prince Harry is the grandson of the Queen of England, and yeah, she was explaining why Meghan Markle's dress was not iconic, but not in a bashing way, not in a hateful way. She was just explaining why the cut of the dress, the style of the dress, why it wasn't groundbreaking, and she explained 5 royal wedding dresses which were groundbreaking or iconic. So for example, Kate Middleton's dress, that was, you know, she talked about the neck. I don't know, I'm not explaining it very well. Just watch one of her videos. You'll probably either decide if you like her or not just from watching a couple of minutes of her videos. I just find her so fascinating to listen to. I find the history of fashion really interesting, and I just think the way she tells things is she's very informative, and she knows what she's talking about. She's really, really well informed, and she's really interesting to watch, so I'd recommend checking out her channel. Something a little bit different, and that's what I like. I like coming across channels that are just different. That is the end of my June favourites video. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, give us a thumbs up if you fancy, and I'll list all the products I mentioned down below in case I forgot to say shade names or whatever. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a lovely month, and yeah, hopefully I shall catch you in my next video. Bye!